start this shit is dicks getting soft. I don't want anyone's dicks getting soft. So I'll start it. It is only 7:43. So please, thank me for my graciousness. Shout out Lance. I agree, Pete. But let's get into this. I've watched and rewatched this probably like 3 times in the farm. It's tough to really count because like I stop and I fast forward. It's tough to get through, but together we'll make it through. All right. Do I need to set it up for anybody? I feel like everyone knows why they're here. Good. Stream Elements bot running Pajal. Nice. You look like you mandatory carry, but younger and not retarded. Alright. That's the most confusing slam. Wait, I'm not retarded. Alright, thank you. I am retarded though, you got that wrong. Let's just get into this.
Some other stuff too.
Yes, we are. We're actually working.
Also, let me know how it all sounds. I'll let it play for like a minute.
All right, Mike. We have a guest. We have a guest that's going to be coming on. Would you like to set it up while I get him on?
All right, yeah. So we are about to be joined. He's the host of Beauty and the Beta. He also has his own channel. YouTuber Matt Christiansen joining us right now.
Crusher ball.
Hey, Matt. Are you on? Okay.
I am, yeah.
Sorry, Skype sucks. So,
all right. So I'll give a little background here.
I like how he says there that Skype sucks. Like the problem right now is that Matt, the person that they're interviewing, can't see them. He won't be able to get any visual cues from the host of the show that he's getting interviewed by. And their reasoning is Skype sucks. That's why our show is shitty. It's because Skype sucks. It's not because we're incompetent. But this doesn't look like Matt Christiansen's stream. What is this? Hello, Serio.
You know, I'm sure
of course,
not everybody's caught up. So we did a segment the other day. We played a clip of Matt Christiansen's video covering I believe what was it?
The whistleblower.
The whistleblower. Which, by the way, we did like that video, but I did get a little fired up. I might have went off a little bit and said some stuff. So to Matt's credit, he contacted us and was like,
he did.
Right,
he commented on the video, and I said, email me. We'll
he said, all right, well, Mersh is incorrect here, so I would like a chance to refute, his points, and we're pretty fair about it. So we were like, sure, come on. Like, I don't, I'm going to avoid that. So yeah, we want to bring you on, and
Pot Awful says, in fairness, Skype does suck. Look, I'm sure Skype does suck, and maybe like it isn't. Well, Skype doesn't suck. They suck. I'm sure maybe Skype isn't the perfect tool for trying to do what they're doing, and it might be difficult to use. But I've done this. Like, I've had no problems with Discord. Just use a different application. I don't know. Just not be shitty at what you say is your job and you are successful at. That's my grievance with it.
Shit out.
Well, sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I guess it's your platform. I defer to how you want to run this, but I'm genuinely confused by the accusations made against me. They seem to be made on the spot out of some weird personal animus. I don't know how long you guys looked at my channel. 5 seconds?
No, that's not true at all. I've actually, I'll be honest. I won't speak for Mike, but I'll speak for me. I've seen quite a few of your videos. I don't ignore your video. I mean, no, I don't sit. I haven't seen your entire catalog.
He didn't say you might have seen your entire catalog. I don't see why he even has to bring that up. There's a lot of these weird like these two assume what Matt is thinking constantly. And
to be fair, I
have. So what do I talk about most often?
Well, I've.
Let's hear Matt ask this question again, because there's a recurring theme here. Is Matt will ask simple, direct questions that you could give an easy answer to. Right now, these two just explained that we've seen your show. We're acutely aware of it. I've known about it for a while. I've seen quite a few of your shows. So he asks, what do I most often talk about? And this is his answer.
Since I have watched your show.
Talk about most often.
Well, I have watched your show before, but to be honest with you, with our community growing, I haven't had time to watch stuff as much as I used to. But back when we were, back on YouTube and we were checking out the landscape, yeah, I've watched your show. I'm actually subbed to your channel.
So you've watched my...
The question was, what do I most often talk about? I've never seen Matt's channel before this. I had no idea. But right now, if he'd asked me that question, I would have said something like, politics and free speech. It would have just not, not gone into, my community's growing. I don't have the time to watch stuff. I've seen your show. I'm subscribed to you. You didn't answer the fucking question. But let's continue.
My stuff, but you've never seen me defend free speech.
No, hold on.
I never said you.
Nobody
didn't
said
defend
that.
That is a quote from Monday.
But
I've never.
This
man has never defended free speech. That was the claim.
In the context that you've never done it in any context where there's any penalties or any.
You've been linked
to
dozens of clips on Twitter and in the comments of your own stream.
What?
What are you talking about?
I just this last week.
No.
I've defended Red Ice. I've defended Nick Fuentes and the Groypers.
Well, the Groypers thing
how
is,
do I pass your
it's because that's a fashionable thing. Everyone's defending the Groypers. There's 70-year-old ladies defending. There's 70-year-old ladies defending the Groypers right now.
Okay, now I just learned about what the Groypers are, and apparently I am a Groyper. Like, I'm a fucking virulent racist and anti-Semite. So, is it really fashionable to defend anti-Semites? Like, I don't know. Sure, maybe, I don't know. Whatever.
So that's not.
Okay, so it's only the people. First of all, I'm a gatekeeper, but I have to check all your boxes before I count.
No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter? What does it matter what we think? I'm just out of curiosity because you're worried about our boxes
being unprincipled. Meanwhile, you totally lack principle.
Okay, how do we lack principle?
I really like the fucking audacity of that question. Like, oh my god, how could you ever question the Mersh's steel ethics? Like he's a man of principle. He's got a code and he follows it.
Well, first of all, you say that I don't stand up for free speech.
No, I never said you don't stand. I said you don't stand up for free speech when it's uncomfortable. When it's not fashionable.
His attacking his character is saying, you say you value free speech and this is a part of your core values, but you're actually a giant phony faggot. And when it gets uncomfortable, you back off. And he's like, well, you're lying because I have a long history of defending free speech, even when it's uncomfortable. So he comes on here to defend against these lies, and just look at his face right now. Please, if there's any one person to be staring at this entire time, it is this putrid fuck. It gets so bad later. He literally sits there with his chin up. Like, all right, let's keep going. I feel like I pause it too much.
Yeah, of course, everybody's like, no, I like free speech. Everyone says that.
I have defended Cantwell. I have defended Richard Spencer. I check all your boxes. You want me to go through the thousands of hours I have posted of internet content and find you one exact clip to satisfy your weird test,
because
I'm not
we do 30 hours.
See, Matt here was not flexing. He wasn't saying like, oh, look at me. I got thousands of hours of content. Good luck finding me defending these three people that you specifically mentioned. And now Mersh is like, he's going to repeat, we do 30 hours of content a week. I think 4 or 5 times, and he'll do it twice right now. That's also some like low IQ nig behavior that they typically do. Royce has already done it, where they repeat the whatever phrase they had just said like 3 or 4 times for no reason. I don't know. They just get like stuck in a little low IQ nig loop, and they keep pausing. It needs a fine tooth comb. You're right, Porcelain.
Hours of content a week. We do 30 hours of content a week. Okay. If somebody said Mersh has never done thing A or thing B, I'd go to my Discord, reach out to some people. I'd say it was around this time. Find me a.
Oh my god! If someone made the same accusations that I made about you, I would just get my sycophants to find me the clips, which, again, they actually did. On the live stream that they were doing this, that they initially started shitting on this guy for no reason, there was their own fans giving them links. I was watching it. They actually did get... That exactly happened. So I don't know what the fuck he's bitching about. He's just a liar. They're liars.
Bang, bang, boom. You waited until today,
I forgot the
right?
Bang, bang, boom.
People had
That's how you know you made
one
a
exact
point.
clip.
I love their fucking epic epic logic and sophistry tactics. Bam, bam, boom. I made a point. That's how you know the point is over. That's how you know it was effective, because I said bam, bam, boom.
Your weird.
No, yeah, because
I'm not.
We do 30 hours of content a week. We do 30 hours of content a week. Okay. If somebody said Mersh has never done thing A or thing B, I'd go to my Discord, reach out to some people. I'd say it was around this time. Find me a clip. Feed. Bam, bang, boom. You waited until today, right? Until we were going.
2 days ago.
No. What? But I didn't start getting tagged in tweets until today, right? We had an hour until the show time, and I start getting entire 2-hour episodes sent to me with no time.
He's constantly like, and Royce will say, like, you know, constantly moving the goalposts. Like, I don't know, Jesus, I forgot what I was saying, but I just keep reading fucking chat.
I did this one time.
We can go through every definitive statement you made that is 100% unsubstantiated and false, not the least of which is that I failed to defend free speech. When I do it on a weekly basis, it takes 2 seconds of clicking through my channel.
Yes.
That's the basis for my... By the way,
you know how I found the stream?
Because we share a significant segment of our audiences. Why? Because the irony here is we actually share the same values. We share the same principles. You guys just have some weird prejudice against me that you can't look past because you are, in fact, unprincipled, not me.
Excuse me. This part I disagree with. I hear what you're saying, and if you defend those people... Look, first off, I'll be at least the first one to say, if you did, you're right or wrong. But to sit here and think...
Okay, I heard a notification, and I want to actually make an effort to see what the fuck that was, because it might have been someone subscribing, and I've heard it before, but couldn't tell what it was. It's not showing up in the events thing on OBS, so I have no idea. If you subscribe, thank you, but I really want to re-listen. Let's listen carefully to Royce's astute point here.
Some weird prejudice against me.
Yeah. So in response to Matt's, like, I would say, perceptive view of the situation, where they do have some weird personal animus against him because they've just lumped him in with Tim Pool and whoever Ford Fisher is, and they think this guy thinks like. They've just come up with this narrative for who this person is, that he's a middle-of-the-road fence rider. So they hate him for no reason. They have a weird personal animus towards him. And in response, this is where Royce says, whoa, look, I got to stop you there. We don't have a personal animus towards you. Like, this isn't some weird personal thing. It's actually about the facts of the situation.
That you can't look past.
He does a very poor job of articulating this.
You are, in fact, unprincipled, not me.
Excuse me. This part I disagree with. I hear what you're saying, and if you defend those people... Look, first off, I'll be at least the first one to say, if you did, you're right or wrong. But this...
So, like, this all started because... Yeah, you know, you're not a free speech defender. You're unprincipled. You're a piece of shit. You're a phony faggot because you won't have Andrew Anglin, Chris Campbell. You won't defend these people, whatever. And he came and proved, I actually did. I talked about these people. You got sent the links. I point refuted. And he goes, you know, whatever. If you did defend those people, you're right or wrong. You know, I'll be the first to say it. Oh, thank God you're the first to say that thing that didn't make any sense. Let's listen to that sentence that he's so bravely the first person to say.
Some weird prejudice against me that you can't look past because you are, in fact, unprincipled, not me.
Excuse me. This part I disagree with. I hear what you're saying, and if you defend those people... Look, first off, I'll be at least the first one to say, if you did, you're right or wrong. But to sit here and think that we have some personal vendetta...
We played a
that's
video.
Not true.
There. You can't substantiate any of your claims.
We played a 2-minute video, and then I, hyperbolically a bit, went off and did a little yelling. But that's not... You're making it sound like we've been just... covering Matt Christian. We're going to expose Matt Christiansen today. It's not like that. I pointed out the fact that you can be free speech.
Claims that you can't support right now.
You can say, yes, I'm for free speech. Nobody's saying you're not. But are you a stalwart defender of free speech?
When
was the last time you had a risky guest on?
50 people I've defended from deplatforming or attempted deplatforming. And if you guys can't check every box of everyone I've defended, you're not a free speech warrior like me. You're not sufficiently fair. You want to do this?
Hold on. That's
Really?
but that's fair, Matt. But also, that's a fair comment. I will say, no, I'll admit that's a fair comment.
All right, I got the notification thing to work. Thanks, Russell Cook, Sam Whitfield, and Sammy Boy for subscribing. I didn't catch it earlier. I didn't realize that I had the the video player over top of the thing, over top of the overlay. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not good at what I do, but I'm at the least. I'm not a dumb idiot faggot liar like these people. if I attack someone publicly in front of thousands of people and call them a phony, and just really attack their character, like at his core personal value, like things he's most passionate about is free speech, and they're saying, "Oh, fuck this guy. He doesn't defend free speech. When it gets uncomfortable, he backs off." And damn. And they'll call him a spurg for defending himself. Like, oh Jesus.
For me. And if you guys can't check every box of everyone I've defended, you're not a free speech warrior.
Another
like
example of turning their own logic against them, which is basically the entire crux of the situation. Is they called him unprincipled, and all they do is show that they are the unprincipled ones. They set these standards at which they use to make fun of him or to call him a piece of shit that they don't live up to, and he just puts a mirror in front of their face and they don't see it. It's fucking frustrating. It is frustrating. Matt, it couldn't be more reasonable. It was so easy to follow what he was trying to do here. Yet these two fucking idiots were so busy, or they had it in their minds that they had to win this, that they were gonna own Matt Christiansen. I don't know. I don't want to try and fucking pretend that I know what they were thinking. That's what they were doing, but I don't know. They're faggots. Also, Mersh is a pedophile. Show.
That's not true.
Is there? You can't substantiate any of your claims.
We played a 2-minute video, and then I hyperbolically a bit went off and did a little yelling. But
also, when he says "did a little yelling," this is part of what he means.
Matt has consistently defended everyone's free speech. Matt has defended those people's.
No, he hasn't. 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 Go right now, since you're the one counter signaling. You go find me the clip of Matt Christiansen defending Christopher Cantwell or Andrew Anglin,
which they did, by the way.
It, then.
Which
since
they did.
You're the one asserting that this exists. You go find it, because it never fucking happened. Stop
and it did.
Stop it. Just because he says I defend free speech.
Did he say
I want a clip of him defending one of the 3 people I named specifically. Go get it or shut the fuck up. Because I'm sick of people going, well, I seem to recall a time when he did it. Go get a clip or it didn't happen. This man has never defended free speech.
Okay. Now do you see why this guy might be a little mad? Like, he might be a little perturbed. Let's go back. Let's re-listen to how Mersh describes what happened.
Yeah, we played a
that's
video.
Not true.
Is there? You can't substantiate any of your claims.
We played a 2-minute video, and then I hyperbolically a bit went off and did a little yelling. But that's not. You're making it sound like we've been just covering Matt Christian. We're going to expose Matt Christiansen today. It's not like that.
He didn't say that at all. I know they're turning Matt's mic down, but he didn't say that at all. He's not here painting some picture of them as though they're out here trying to expose Matt Christiansen or like they hate him. Like, sure, he said that they have some sort of weird personal vendetta against him, but it's not like he was out here saying that they're on some grand plan of revenge against him. Oh shit.
I pointed out the fact that you can be free speech.
Claims that you can't support right now.
You can say yes. I'm.
Yeah, Porcelain. That was the jokes. That was Mersh being funny. Remember, you're not the funny ones. You're not the funny ones, guys. It's Mersh.
For free speech. Nobody's saying you're not. But are you a stalwart defender of free speech?
When
was the last time? When was the last time you had a risky guest on?
50 people I've defended from deplatforming or attempted deplatforming. And if you guys can't check every box of everyone I've defended, you're not a free speech warrior like me. You're not sufficiently fair. You want to do this?
I mean, hold on. That's
really?
but that's fair, Matt. But also,
I forgot that he sets up this list. He because Mersh gave a list of 3 people that you had to defend. Matt, he was like, okay, he actually wrote out a list of 50 people. At least I assume there actually was 50 people on this list, and he came prepared with it. And he'll come back to it later, but he's like, do you really want me to play this dumb game with you? Like this, what I'm trying to present to you is part of a greater point. Like I'm not actually. This is just me using your logic against you. That's all he was doing with this list.
That's a fair comment.
If they would shut the fuck up and actually let their guests speak.
I will say, no, I'll admit that's a fair comment. The difference is I'm not going to spurg out about it on Twitter all morning when I said, we'll talk to you at 5.
Okay, see. No. Who is the one spurging out?
I'm asserting that this exists. You go find it. Because it never fucking happened.
Matt is the guy spurging out.
Stop it. Just because he says, I defend free speech. I want a clip of him defending one of the 3 people I named.
Entirely different from.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more of him yelling. I kind of queued that up wrong.
No, he hasn't.
There you
no,
go.
He hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Yeah,
no,
fuck
he
that
hasn't.
up.
No, he hasn't.
I'm not
no,
good at
he
this.
hasn't. No, he hasn't.
But,
Out. So you get to call me a slow fag.
Yes.
You get to spend a half hour talking unsubstantiated shit about me, and if I respond on Twitter, spurred out.
No, but we're allowed. No, you're allowed to spurg out on Twitter. But my point is, we talked, and
I fucking love that eye roll. That's exactly how I felt. Like how fucking like they say he argues like a woman. Like that's something that. Because I think that's something that Jim Norton said often in an argument. Mersh has adopted this where he says other people argue like women, but these fucking people argue like women. Like these faggy little underhanded comments. Like
Twitter,
spurg out.
No, but we're allowed. No, you're allowed to spurg out on Twitter. But my point is, we talked, and I was like, hey, we'll have you on the show. We'll deal with it on the show. You know what you did? You went online to get your fans riled up.
Read my tweet that's spurging out. Read one tweet that.
And now projecting here, where he's you know what you did. You went online to get your fans riled up. Because that's exactly what Mersh and Royce do. So they're just assuming, this guy talked about us, talking unsubstantiated shit about him, lying about him, attacking his character in public. So because he responded to it, he's spurging out.
Spurging out.
And then I even saw the tweet fest going on.
And God, he begs them. Define it. Define spurging. Exactly how am I spurging and you not? How is you putting your fucking fingers up to your headphones as if you're plugging your ears and going la 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 la, not gonna hear it. How is that not spurging? But this guy just going, hey, I'm not a liar like you people. That's spurging out.
And then I even saw the tweet fest going on, and I interjected today, and I was like, all right, look, everybody cool out.
Yeah, I'm
gonna have a conversation, and then you start yelling
all you want.
But if
on my show, I can say whatever.
Jesus, how dare he start yelling at you, Mersh, right? Like you were on Twitter just trying to calm everyone down. How dare he yell at you? How dare he?
Whatever I want.
No, they're way off base. This is a joke. You guys don't live up to your own standards, and that's why you got ripped.
Also, they look over at each other constantly for approval, and it is fucking disgusting. I wish Matt could have seen them. If he, fuck.
By your own audience. But you're not going to listen to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Ripped by my own audience? Do I need to pull it up? Do I need to? Maybe I will. Maybe I will pull it up. What are you talking about? Ripped by my own audience? Oh wait, this might fuck my time. Whatever.
We're gonna have them all. We're gonna have a conversation, and then you start yelling
all you want. But if anyone
on my show, I can say whatever I want.
They're way off base. This is a joke. You guys don't live up to your own standards, and that's why you got ripped by your own audience. But you're not going to listen to it.
What are you talking about?
But you're not going to listen to it.
What are you talking about? I'm ripped by my audience. What are you talking about? I'm ripped by my audience. What are you talking about?
Drop it.
I'm really proud of that.
in my audience. What are you talking about?
You were responding to your own live chat and going, la, 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 I'm not going to listen to the evidence.
Oh, no. I was responding to my live chat. You're right, and we do share.
That was, I never noticed that look on Mersh's face. Like, what's he talking about? I didn't do that.
La, 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 I'm not going to listen to the evidence.
Oh, no. I was responding to my live chat. You're right, and we do share audiences. So it's not like we had a revolt of our audience. It's people that listen to you too and listen to us and listen to Sticks.
They're wrong.
We're having what you
not.
like to have, a conversation.
Yeah. We're having a conversation right now. That's what we're doing. We're talking to you.
It'd be nice if you asked me these questions before.
Oh, fuck. And this part where I don't know, they think he's Dave Rubin now too, where they're like, hey, look, we're here having a conversation like you always say. They did this with me. They don't actually argue with the people that they're talking to. They have this idea in their mind, some narrative that they built up, and they argue with that. I mean, that's what you call a straw man, but that's all they do is straw man. The body language is telling us fuck. I know. There's so much to it. There's so many delicious little details. Like I can't catch it all. Like my notes, they're like every 5, 10, like these are 10, 15, 5 seconds between each other, and I have fucking paragraphs in between some of them where I just had all these thoughts on every little bit about this. And there's too much of it to even handle. I hope you're picking up on it yourself.
Making accusations against me.
Okay, I'm sorry. So when we have videos, just to be clear, when we have these videos, because obviously, clearly, we've admitted we listen to your show. Outside of the episode that you listened to that we were talking about you, have you listened to our show? Do you know what we're about?
No, I've been recommended. I have a certain segment of my audience that has recommended your content before.
No, that's
but
right.
I've listened to the full half hour of you guys talking shit about me and my show. That's my initial exposure to it, and that's the irony, man. Mm-hmm. We should be friends. You guys pick a fight. I don't know why. We should be friends. We have values that align.
Okay, I will say this. I will admit this. I did talk about you on my personal show, David, because I was covering the whistleblower thing, we also were saying how fucked up it was. Me personally, you didn't see my show; it's my morning show, but how fucked up it was with the whistleblower when you had the photo behind you and all that stuff. And I said, what's fucked up that we're doing. I also said you've been recommended to me, and I said on my show that you're not my cup of tea. I understand, but the truth of the matter is like maybe you're right. Maybe we should be friends based on all that stuff. What we deal with for us.
Okay, now here's another moment where we got to really pay attention, because Royce said the truth of the matter is. So, what this whole thing revolves around, like the the one thing we all need to recognize here. Royce is about to lay it out for us, ever so eloquently. So please consider what fucking Royce has to say.
To me, and I said on my show that you're not my cup of tea. I understand. But the truth of the matter is like maybe you're right. Maybe we should be friends based on all that stuff. What we deal with for us, what we deal with on a daily basis,
what's that?
Is a lot of people that claim to be free speech people, and they say we'll cover anybody. And when we bring up, hey, did you cover that? Did you cover the other person?
What standard could I possibly meet to?
So what he did is lay out pretty much exactly what caused this entire situation, where they claim that they come into contact with free speech people, and they accuse them of not having covered arbitrary lists of people. So arbitrary that you can just go, you didn't cover this or that. Like, it really doesn't matter because it's not about the principle. Like, they just he doesn't You can see this video soon on Porcelain's Now Defunct channel.
Satisfy you. What box can I check to be sufficiently pure for your satisfaction?
But I guess my question is, why do you need to be?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Because
I don't care if you like us. The difference is I don't care.
I can levy a criticism based on.
So he's like, you attack me for all of this shit. Why? And he's like, Jesus, I can't even sum it up now. I'm so lost in this. I need to replay it.
Did you cover the other person?
What standard could I possibly meet to satisfy you? What box can I check to be sufficiently pure for your satisfaction?
But I guess my question is, why do you need to be?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Because
I don't care if you like us. The difference.
Okay, it's not that he needs to be liked by you. It's that you lied about him, and it's what can I say to show you that you are fucking wrong about this. That's what he's asking. It's not that he needs to be liked by you. It's not that you need to be friends. You're saying that, yeah, you could be friends because you share certain values on free speech, but for whatever reason, you had to attack him for things that are complete lies.
I don't care.
I can levy a criticism based on things I've observed in the past.
Then why would you set that standard? This guy doesn't meet that standard. Yet you would.
That's what Mersh says. That's how he describes it. Oh, I was just levying a criticism based on things I've observed in the past. Meanwhile, again, he was proved wrong entirely. He got the links. He defended those people. Please keep in mind that he's wrong.
Admit the standard
because
is pointless.
Low risk
Then what?
radical centrism. That's what it is. It's
On
literally.
What basis am I a centrist?
It's literally. Well, on the one hand, I could see.
Again, another accusation. You're a centrist, and he goes, "Okay, how am I a centrist? Give me an issue." And will they ever give him an issue? Will they ever just answer a question? Will they ever just respond to what he actually said? Spoiler? No, never going to happen.
Yeah, they see it that way, but
they will never define their terms. They will never they will never see disingenuous piece of shit. It gets so much worse. The disingenuousness gets so much worse. We're not even started. Like, this is the simple stuff. This is them just trying to they haven't even moved the goalposts as far as they could yet.
On the other hand, I can also kind of see how they see it this way.
All sorts of and another, to me that I never. On what basis am I a centrist?
Mersh is mockingly saying, you have some middle of the road stance where you go, oh, I could see how. Like, it's not even middle of the road stance, but he's mockingly saying that you say, hey, I can see both sides of it. Like, he's mocking him for being reasonable, and that somehow makes him a middle of the road fence rider, which somehow makes him a dumb, slow fag that shouldn't have 250,000 subscribers.
Literally, well, on the one hand, I could see how they see it that way, but on the other hand, I can also kind of see how they see it this way.
And another, to me that I never said.
If the public discourse, if the public discourse was a lake and Matt Christiansen jumped in it,
thank God. This is my Mersh's analogies are terrible, but he really, really, really enjoys them. He was very satisfied every time he comes up with some shitty analogy, and we're about to get the first one, and he'll repeat this one a couple of times. But, because people say, like, oh, man, this was such a gay argument. They're talking about fucking who's making waves and who rocks the boat more. Well, Marsh is the only one who brought this up. He's the only one who brought it into this area. He is the gay one. I just really want to defend Matt here. Matt did fucking nothing wrong. I have no idea who he was before this. I've never seen any of his videos. I still haven't even bothered to look into him. I don't give a shit. But I like him because he defended himself perfectly fine here for the situation. I mean, if he could actually see the dumb look on these faggots' faces, I think he might be a little more mad.
Be no ripples in the water. It's like this. It's just milk.
And another thing that I never said.
If the public discourse, was a lake and Matt Christiansen jumped in it, there'd be no ripples in the water. It's like this. It's just milk toast.
Low risk. Wait. We said that there are people that say it's okay to ban Nazis. We said Matt Christiansen.
Said me specifically. Go back and listen. You lumped me in with a bunch of people, and you said Matt says it's
lumped in. I don't know why he even says that. He's like, oh, lumped in. Again, more sophistry where it's just like mockingly saying, oh, lumped in. Like, that somehow doesn't make it count. Like, because he was included in a list of people that you defamed, it's somehow not a lie, and somehow you're not a fucking asshole for just completely lying about this person and attacking his character, and then fucking backing off when you get confronted on it.
With a bunch of people, and you said Matt says it's fine to ban Nazis and white supremacists. I didn't.
I never said that about you.
You say
I've never said that you said it's okay to ban Nazis. That's a bold-faced lie. I did say that you are not like the free speech guy you claim to be, that you're not defending these people the way you could, that you kind of do. Yeah, the Groypers, I get it. That's a fashionable thing right now. The only people who are against the Groypers are on Turning Point's payroll. That's a thing.
No possible standard I could meet to satisfy you. That's the problem here. There's nothing I can do where you'll go, okay, yeah, that guy stands for free speech. Good for him. It's impossible. That's the point. And you guys don't even live up to your own standard. The standard is I get to supply a subjective list of people that you have to have defended to my subjective satisfaction, or else you're not principled. That's ridiculous. You don't live up to that standard.
How so?
Okay, I'll give you a list.
There we go. Now the list. Yeah, he fucking nailing the coffin right there. Mersh asking, how so? Like, really thinking this guy. There's no way this guy is gonna prove that point. Let's rewind.
You guys don't even live up to your own standard. The standard is I get to supply a subjective list of people that you have to have defended to my subjective satisfaction, or else you're not principled. That's ridiculous. You don't live up to that standard.
Okay, so how do they not live up to the standard that they set for Matt, which is he had to defend those 3 arbitrary people, which, again, he said this or that, like, couldn't even listen, didn't fucking matter. So he comes at them again with his own list, just using literally their own logic against them, just turning their argument against themselves.
How so?
How so?
Okay, I'll give you a list. This is the 50 people.
This is the dumb game he was talking about earlier. When he said, hey, I have a list of 50 people. Do you really want to play this dumb game? Do you really want to play into this stupid bit that I'm doing where I say exactly what you said? And guess what? They play into it because they're too fucking stupid to understand what he's doing.
I've defended, and unless you can point me with a link to every single one of them where you've defended them, then you're
defended
a fraud.
Owen fucking Benjamin from being deplatformed.
Oh, another tick. I don't know why. This man could not stop mentioning Owen Benjamin's name. And I don't know much about
and
him.
he fucking copyright struck my channel. Trust me, I am ideologically fucking consistent.
But did you defend?
I do it to my own detriment.
Trust me, I am ideologically consistent here. I do it to my own detriment because I defended Owen Benjamin. I said he shouldn't be deplatformed. So that's somehow me doing it to my own. I don't know. Mercer's a pedophile.
Times. Yes.
Did you defend Soph?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you defend Jared Taylor?
Yes.
Yep. See this mocking tone that he's doing this in, where he's saying before this dumb game that he's playing, he's going, "Did you defend these people?" And they're going, "Yes, yes, we did." And imagine Matt probably could go down the entire list of 50 people, and Mersh would still have this dumb retard look on his face, like, "Yeah, I did defend that person. Yeah, I did. Ha ha ha! I'm showing you up. You thought I didn't defend these people. Ha ha ha! My point."
We absolutely have. We have to do 30 hours of content a week.
Oh, there's 30 hours of content.
And if you said,
is that supposed to be impressive? How do I keep saying that? Hey, I do 30 hours of content a week. All right, well, some people. Also, I know. How is defending the Groypers a safe position? Like, I don't think you can defend anti-Semites on fucking CNN.
Hey, find me an instance where you did it. I could actually come up with the clips.
Why don't you ask me about what I do stand for instead of putting words in my mouth? How about?
Why don't you ask me what I do stand for instead of putting words in my mouth? Reminder, they called this an interview. They titled this an interview. So he pleads to them, please just ask me what I fucking think instead of telling me what you think I think. Instead of making up lies about me, instead of just assuming my position. Just ask me, and I'll tell you what I think. but they don't do that. They don't do that for another 7 minutes. And when they finally do, just ask him a question, ask him what he thinks, actually try and understand his side of things, he gets shit for it. But I'm gonna rewind a bit, let it play. I desperately have to piss.
I do it to my own detriment sometimes. Yes.
Did you defend Soph?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you defend Jared Taylor?
Yes.
Yep.
We absolutely have. We have to do 30 hours of content a week.
Yeah, that's the point.
And if you said, hey, find me an instance where you did it, I could actually come up with the clips.
Why don't you ask me about what I do stand for instead of putting words in my mouth? How about that?
Because what you stand for doesn't matter if you're not actually making any waves with it. If you're just having a milquetoast conversation, are you kidding me? I've watched your show. No. I've watched your show. Your show is like watching in and watching 2 bank tellers on a lunch break having a polite conversation.
And it's more successful than yours. And by the way, that's not true.
That's it. There it is.
But we got under your skin.
There's the dick measuring contest.
But we got under your skin.
Here it comes.
We got under your skin.
Hold on. The Montana BBC is going to whip it out for us.
You're the one who had to wait an hour while you were shadow boxing off of Skype, getting ready to come on here. Come on, man.
Look how big we are.
Did you shadow box?
Look how big we are.
Did you shadow box, man? I need to picture that in my mind.
It's clear that you guys don't stand on principle. That's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. You're
Listen, I can say this. I stand by my original points. I do apologize if I said.
And you haven't substantiated a single one of them. Let's go one by one.
No,
shall we?
when I say, okay, show me a clip of this guy defending this particular, tough fucking edgy position one time, something to anything that was of any risk to you. Have you ever even had a yellow button next to one of your videos?
Yeah, by the way, you guys say that I've never, you said, welcome to the party. He's never been censored. I've had the same 30-day stream ban that you've had. They delete my super chats. They delete my chat. I'm constantly under threat from YouTube. When did you guys start? Because this accusation that I have just joined, I want to know, when did you get into this?
Well,
we've been around.
We've been around for this show or other shows.
Yeah, remember that clip you sent me where you were talking about Spencer in Gainesville? We were there.
Makes another dumb faggot analogy. You don't even make any waves. Oh yeah, Jesus, I forget. He actually how it starts is Matt asks them a direct question. He's like,
There it is.
Defend.
I do it to my own death. For doesn't matter if you're not acting.
Stand for instead of defend self.
Yes.
Did you defend Jared Taylor?
Yes.
Yep.
We absolutely have. We have to do 30.
Stand for instead of
doesn't content.
Stand for instead of.
Okay, so he says the whole point is why don't you ask me what I stand for instead of putting words in my mouth? So, and Mersh actually answers this. This is the first time that they get a question from Matt, and they just actually give him a direct answer. He asks why, and Mersh answers the question with because this. So why won't you just let me speak, answer, or ask me a question? Let me explain my own thoughts and feelings without you telling me what they are. And he says, no, we're not going to let you because...
Putting words in my mouth. How about that?
Because what you stand for doesn't matter if you're not actually making any waves with it.
Because you're not making waves, man. That's why. That's why I'm being a cunt to you. That's why I lied about you publicly to thousands of people, called you a phony faggot who doesn't really stand for what they believe in. That's why. Because you're not making waves with it.
If you're just having a milquetoast conversation, are you?
No definition for what the fuck that even means. Like, what does it mean to be making waves, Mersh? But like, let's say he means reach and influence that the content you create has some sort of effect on the things around you. Well, you have an objective metric for how effective you are on YouTube, and he has bigger numbers than you. And they brought it up. He brought the concept of like how big you are, how popular, how effective your content is. Mersh brought that up. And now in defense, hey, I have a bigger channel. So if I suck so much, why am I bigger? And they think that's
it. There it is.
Well, we got under your skin.
There's the dick measuring contest.
Well, we got under your skin.
Well, we got under your skin. We got under your skin. He repeats it. He's just a fucking, more low IQ Nick behavior. He really thinks he had a winner there, so he's got to say it 7 times.
Here it comes.
We
got under your skin.
Hold on. The Montana BBC is going to whip it out for us.
You're the one who had to wait an hour while you were shadow boxing off of Skype, getting ready to come on here. Come on, man.
Look how big we are.
Did you shadow box?
How big we are.
Did you shadow box, Matt? I need to finish it out of my mouth.
It's clear that you guys don't stand on principle. That's fine. You don't have to.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right, Matt.
Listen, I can say this.
No, he is right. It is clear that you guys don't stand on principle because you've laid out these shitty principles that he supposedly doesn't live up to, that you don't live up to yourselves, and you've admitted that time and time again. You'll use your own argument against you, and you'll say, whatever, it's fucking pointless. Why do you even care?
I stand by my original points. I do apologize if I said.
And you haven't substantiated a single one of them. Let's go one by one.
No,
shall we?
when I say,
just the audacity to be like, I stand by my original point that's been refuted time and time again.
You're right, Matt. You're
Listen, I can say this. I stand by my original points. I do apologize if I said.
And you haven't substantiated a single one of them. Let's go one by one.
No, when I say, okay, show me a clip of this guy defending this particular tough fucking edgy position one time, something to anything that was of any risk to you. Have you?
And he did. I mean, this thing that Mersh is saying he requested, he got, and it was proven to him. He was wrong. Yet he's still fucking yelling about it.
You ever even had a yellow button next to one of your videos?
He's claiming that This guy is so safe. He's so new to this that he's never even had a video get demonetized like for no reason. Like it's he, do you like does Mercer really think that like some guy who probably has thousands of videos on his channel just hasn't ever gotten a yellow button?
Yeah, by the way, you guys say that I've never, you said, welcome to the party. He's never been censored. I've had the same 30-day stream ban that you've had. They delete my super chats. They delete my chat. I'm constantly under threat from YouTube. When did you guys start? Because this accusation that I have just joined, I want to know, when did you get into this?
Well,
we've been around.
We've been around for
Again,
this show or other.
Simple question. When did you get into this? And they don't, like, you ask me, I'll just give you a fucking time. I'm not gonna ramble for 3 minutes. Yeah, oh, I gotta make sure I'm answering this right. Do you mean on this show? Do I mean on other ones? Like, I've had multiple channels. I've been doing this for a long while.
Yeah, remember that clip you sent me where you were talking about Spencer in Gainesville? We were there.
When did you start talking free speech on YouTube?
I mean, on this show or since I've been on YouTube?
Yeah, we've been doing this on and off for 12 years.
Yeah, it's about 12 years.
12
years.
Okay. Yeah, not on this channel.
I started 2015 talking about this.
Okay.
And you want to talk about how I haven't sufficiently lived up to the principle. I quit my real job to do this, to talk free speech. I left Patreon on principle after talking to their leadership and not being satisfied that they were sufficiently pro-free speech. You guys are still on there. Should I call you insufficiently principled for sticking with a platform that doesn't value free speech?
All right. I want everybody to pay attention to the most hateable moment from Royce right now. Like, this would be a dictionary definition of fucking disingenuous. He's a liar. He's a piece of shit. He's gonna say right now, this isn't a gotcha question. Now, these two fucking idiots, they don't know that it isn't a gotcha question, but they think it's a gotcha question. They don't understand that Matt was making a point right here, that he was coming up with more arbitrary rules that you have to defend to meet the purity test of free speechness. And he was saying, I left Patreon because I didn't like the leadership and how they and their values didn't align with mine, so I left. You guys are still on it. Why am I saying what he just said? Let's just go back to it.
Okay.
And you want to talk about how I haven't sufficiently lived up to the principle. I quit my real job to do this, to talk free speech. I left Patreon on principle after talking to their leadership and not being satisfied that they were sufficiently pro-free speech. You guys are still on there. Should I call you insufficiently principled for sticking with a platform that doesn't value free speech?
Listen to the mocking tone in his voice right there. He's not saying that this is really a point that he's making. He's mocking you. He's using your logic against you. But they're going to respond to it seriously. He's going to be like, ooh, I got him now. He really thinks that he just got set up for a fucking, Royce is going to spike it down right here. Like Matt didn't realize that this might be some hypocrisy. No, he's saying that for a reason, you fucking idiots.
Are still on there. Should I call you insufficiently principled for sticking with a platform that doesn't value free speech?
Out of curiosity, and I really don't know, and I don't know this, so this isn't me trying to get gotcha, but are you still monetized on YouTube?
Technically, yes. Although do
you run ads? Do you run ads on your YouTube? That's just I'm just curious.
But
here's my point though.
He's talking over
you got off of Patreon. We're not monetized on YouTube. You are. See what I mean? Like this back
and you're accepting that corporate globalist money from Google while they're oppressing these speech.
That's not the standard I'm holding.
You're accepting their blood money.
Pro free speech and still be on Patreon.
But
my standard is
you brought up Patreon.
Saying
you brought up Patreon.
Is insane.
But you brought it up though.
Nobody can beat it.
But you brought it up though. Like they're not even fucking listening to him. They're not even listening to him.
You brought up
Patreon. You brought up Patreon.
Is insane.
But you brought it up though.
Nobody can beat it. As an exercise, as a demonstration about why your standard doesn't work.
No, you brought it up, and then he called you out for the Google thing, and then you backed off the original.
He called you out for the Google thing, acknowledging that was supposed to be a gotcha question, that him going, hey, but you get YouTube money, even though you left Patreon, was supposed to be some gotcha. Fucking despicable fact.
Demonstration about why your...
Yeah, the reason he left Patreon was because he had everything... his explanation was all of his money was tied into Patreon. He couldn't risk having all of his money tied into some company that didn't align with his values, so he left And then they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking piece. You don't live up to that standard."
Standard doesn't work.
No, you brought it up, and then he called you out for the Google thing, and then you backed off the original point.
Yeah, I mean, how can you be on? No, I know your point. Your point is whatever pseudo intellectual stuff you want to say. I get it.
He's trying to explain his point to you for the 15th fucking time now. He's trying to reiterate exactly what he's trying to say to you. He's about to lay it out to you again, and he's like, whatever. I know, I understand. Your point is whatever pseudo intellectual shit you want to say. Like, these people are fucking annoying. They remind me, like, this is a podcast you would see in the movie Idiocracy. Like, they accuse him of being a slow fag. Like, he talks like a fag. He doesn't defend free speech.
To hold you to the weird purity standards that you're holding me, you fail. You're in the same boat as me, as someone who's not enough of a defender. You didn't make all the right moves that I say you should have made, so you don't count. But also, everyone else is a gatekeeper.
No, but that's not the point I made. Here's the thing too, because you're acting like we've been spurging out on Matt Christiansen. We did one segment on you.
You're acting like we've been spurging out on Matt Christiansen. Again, cut to 24 hours ago. La 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 la.
When I shared my opinion of you, is that you are pro free speech until it's uncomfortable. If there's something that oh boy, we better back off this topic because I don't want to rock the boat too much. Matt Christiansen has never rocked a boat in his life.
Yeah, red ice.
Like, why would you even say that? Matt Christiansen has never rocked a boat in his life. Like, again, this is a comedy show, right? This is a comedy show.
The boat far more than you guys ever have.
And where are all the people? Where are all the people going? Man, dude, I fucking was going through it with YouTube and Twitter, but man, thanks to fucking stalwart of free speech, Matt Christiansen, he helped me get my account back.
I can only comment on why it's wrong.
People help each other all the time. That fucking retard Keemstars help people get their accounts back.
Why do you need to yell this? Why do you need to yell this? I just don't understand. I don't understand. Why do you have to yell this? Why is everything yelling?
He's a fucking retarded person.
How many accounts have you saved?
We've helped a lot of fucking people on this show.
I like the assertiveness in Matt here. Like, oh, we've saved tons of people. And he goes, name them. Name one. Can you name one? Do you think they name one? Do you think they name one?
I've lost accounts.
Name them. Who have you helped?
How many smaller channels have we fucking helped on when the
we've
apocalypse happened? How many channels have we gotten to go subscribe, get them over 1,000 subs so we can monetize?
I'll even take that for granted because if you've done that, good.
And again, most reasonable man on the fucking planet here, Matt. He goes, well, okay, obviously they're not going to answer this question. They're not going to name one. I just have to fucking move along and go, all right, I'll take you for granted here. You have helped people. Fine. Good for you.
For you. I want to applaud you for doing that. That's what we should be doing. But this is the irony. Let's say all of your accusations against me were true, that I don't sufficiently defend free speech to the standard that you say is sufficient, or that I'm new to the game, that I'm only now just jumping into the pool. Why is your response to shame me for agreeing with you? Why don't you say, hey, listen, we're glad to have you. Welcome to the team. We got to fight here.
The truth is,
I'd like to meet you guys.
The truth is, Matt,
let's stop arguing for just one quick second.
I just want to present it as it happened, though, because Matt is under the impression that we've just been like attacking him.
Matt is just like under the impression that we've been attacking him. Again, it's 24 hours ago. This man has never defended free speech. He's a middle-of-the-road fence rider. He has no principles.
Because this is how it happened.
No. I think what Mike's trying to point out is
a clip of you was played. I had a visceral reaction to it. The show is based on visceral reactions. It's a comedy show.
That's my original.
We insert some opinions and some politics and some culture war shit. This is a comedy show. Sometimes somebody plays a video of a guy who I've watched before, who I've seen their stuff before, who I personally, you don't have to live up to my purity standards.
Maybe you lied about it.
I don't personally.
I want to listen to Matt there again. Yeah, but you lied about me repeatedly. You just feel like the only sane person in the room who's like, how is this? How do you not see what a piece of shit you are?
Who I personally, you don't have to live up to my purity standards.
Maybe you
but
lied about it.
I don't personally have the opinion that they are, free speech guy like they say they are.
Your
So they
opinion's
play.
based on
Oh
honesty.
God, please, Matt, come on, give me a chance here. So he plays a clip, and I have a visceral reaction of,
oh my God, I forgot about this. This is disgusting. How
so he plays a clip,
Matt
and I have a
while you're
visceral
talking,
reaction
right?
of, fuck this guy. I've seen him before. He fucking, like I said, if the American fucking culture war were a big lake and Matt Christiansen jumped in it, there'd be no waves.
Did I rewind to 10 minutes ago? Or does he actually use that analogy again? Oh my God.
Okay, dude. And you're the champ. I got you.
No, we've never claimed to be. No.
Exactly. This is like every other point. They go, you're a piece of shit. You're not standing up for anything. You're nobody. You're not rocking the boat. You're not making waves. And he just goes, okay, let's say that's true. What about you? Are you the champ? Are you are you making waves? And they go, no, we're not either. Okay, so your entire basis for attacking me and for saying that I'm a piece of shit, you're also you also failed to meet these standards? Like, it's every single fucking time.
Okay, well, then who cares? We're in the same boat. So why would I be ashamed to have that standard?
All right,
why would I be ashamed if that's the same boat you're in?
Out of curiosity, just trying to move past the talking over and screaming just for a second, because obviously.
Okay, here we go. Right now, voice of reason, Royce. We got to get past this screaming and yelling over each other, Matt. Matt, you need to stop yelling over people. Well, we're gonna get through that. This is me. I'm talking calmly. We're gonna get past it. Let's listen to fucking Royce's attempt to just calm things down, to get past the yelling.
It's not good for anybody that's listening, right? We could agree on that. Mm-hmm. Everybody in here? Okay, cool. You brought it up. What you said, we're on the same team, we're on the same side. I'm out of curiosity, what do you mean by the same team? Like,
now there we go. Oh my God. He's actually asking for someone to define their terms. He's actually asking a question. He's actually asking Matt to tell him what he thinks. Royce has actually, for the first time, what time is it? 17 minutes into this interview, they have finally asked the first question. They have finally asked Matt a question, and he's about to respond. He's about to respond to the question he's received. Interview, which is a question. Okay, team. What exactly by that?
Curiosity. What do you mean by the same team? Like who?
Well, thank you for actually asking me for what my perspective is.
All right, don't be fucking smarmy. I just tried.
No, he's yelling over him. Okay, let's cut back to
have that standard.
All right,
why would I be ashamed if that's the same boat you're in?
Out of curiosity, just trying to move past the talking over and screaming. Just
trying to move past the talking over and screaming for a moment. Okay, just trying to move past the talking over and screaming for a moment.
The champ. I got you. Sent at the Supreme Court.
Don't be fucking smarmy. Talking over and screaming just for a second, because obviously that's not good for anybody that's listening, right? We could agree on that. Mm-hmm. Everybody in here? Okay.
It's not good for anybody that's listening.
You're actually asking me for what my perspective is.
All right, don't be fucking smarmy. I just try to bring it down, and you fucking and then you want to get fucking fresh.
I'm telling you,
no, you guys didn't bring the attitude at all.
He was doing
gotcha. Here's the deal. We share a perspective of the First Amendment and free speech that is absolutist to the extent that the Supreme Court has defined it. I'm confident in that based on what I've heard you guys say. So
based on the 30 minutes that
would we defend every viewpoint? Yes. I assume we draw a line at say the incitement of violence and other direct calls to criminal activity, things like child porn, those things that the Supreme Court has outlined is outside the scope of the First Amendment. Do we agree on that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no disagreement. Absolutely.
Okay, and I've defended that relentlessly for 4 years, but it's not good enough.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, have you ever had any of those guys on?
What do you mean? We've had all kinds of people on our show.
You had Jason Kessler on your show? You've had Andrew Angelo on your show?
Again,
like, why would he have to have had these people on his show? It's his fucking show. Doesn't matter. Would you have them on your show? Well, it says they even want to be on your show. It's like such a stupid standard.
Purity testing.
No, because I can't stand these people. But it's very easy to have Stick Hexenheimer come on with his makeup kit and do fucking Jeffree Star videos. That's not difficult. It's difficult and uncomfortable and risky to have on other people who have been fucking completely unpersoned. No, but you're called out for a thing you don't do, and you're going, oh, you're so edgy.
That's the point you're making.
But my point stands.
Here, this guy's
no, we're not edge
lords. Listen. You want to call
whoever you want. Listen, I will never try to deplatform your show, and I'll defend it if anyone does.
Nobody said you were.
No one said you were. Nobody said you were. Listen, you're straw manning. I didn't say you were deplatforming. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying that you're pro free speech until things get hot.
Mersh, he's putting words in your mouth? How dare you? The audacity of Matt Christiansen to put words in your mouth after you've done that.
Say you were deplatforming people. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying that you're pro free speech until things get hot. And when the room gets hot.
I know who shadowboxing, right? That was a good joke. You're probably, you were shadowboxing before Skype. I owned you. Ha ha ha, fuck you, Matt.
You're just mad that I haven't hosted the people that you tell me to host. That's ridiculous.
And you can call us edgy boys if you want, but let's face it, you're a right-wing Philip DeFranco. So, like, we all have our things. You know what I mean? There's
not as many jump cuts.
You're right. He does have less jump cuts. He does have less jump cuts.
People. These are the jokes, people. Hey, but you're a right-wing Philip DeFranco. Gotcha. Haha. Who the fuck wants to be on their show? I know, Serio. Who the fuck would want to be on their show after this now? They titled this an interview. If you were invited to be on this show, you'd probably look them up, see what other interviews they've done. I think they've done John McAfee. And then this. This is a terrible interview. This is not an interview. They just attacked this guy.
That's absolutely fair.
Got to be objective here.
Hey, what's
that, absolutely fair. All right, look. I hear what you're saying. I will say this. I hear what you're saying. You're right. You don't have to have everybody on there because you're right. We haven't had everybody on the world on our.
And here we go. Royce is pretending to understand his point. This is fun. Listen to Royce pretend to understand what Matt was saying.
All right, look. I hear what you're saying. I will say this. I hear what you're saying. You're right. You don't have to have everybody on there because you're right. We haven't had everybody on the world on our podcast. You're right. You could go down the list and you can say I've had this person and we haven't had that person. That's fine. I understand what you're saying. But the part that I think is kind of just for me, and look, again, I'm agreeing with you now. You're right, and I think Michael apologized for the.
I hate this disingenuous. Like I'm trying to be reasonable now. It's just so fucking faggy and shitty. Like this is how you treat guests. These guys are such cunts. They're so unlikable. I don't know how these people have any fans.
We'll apologize for the butthole eyes.
I actually don't care if you think it looks. I don't care if you like. What I care about is the lies.
Again, butthole eye. Are you guys hearing it?
I'm not going to go dig through the hours of content I've posted on the internet. Ask me right now. I'm not going to go dig through the hours of content I've. I'm not going to go dig through the hours of content I've posted. I'm not going to go dig through the hours of content I've posted on the internet. I'm not going to go dig through the hours of content I've posted on the internet. Ask me right now. Do I support the free speech of Andrew Anglin?
You know what? Yes. If somebody accused me of something,
Christopher Cantwell.
Okay, but if somebody accused me of something and I know I didn't do that, or I know they're accusing me of not doing something and I know I did it, I would actually take the time. If I was this upset, because clearly you're upset enough to come on the show and yell on Twitter, I would have had one of the listeners.
If I was this upset, clearly you're upset. Like, why are you mad, bro? It's such fucking gay horseshit. I can't believe this happened. Oh, I want to go back a little bit. This is delicious.
Do that, or they're accusing me of not doing something,
and he's
going to
make the same point.
I would actually take the time. If I was this upset, because clearly you're upset enough to come on the show and yell on Twitter, I would have had one of the listeners find it. I would have had somebody. I would have been like, go find me the clip where I.
Never does he say, I personally would go find this clip. Never does he say, I'd just find the clip. He even says, I'd have Royce find it. Wait, let's go. He almost entirely said, I would have Royce find it for me.
I would actually take the time if I was this
I
upset.
would actually
Clearly,
take the time.
You're upset enough to
To
come
get
on the
someone
show and
else
yell
to
on
do
Twitter.
it for me.
I would have had one
I
of the
want the
listeners
specific
find
one.
it. I would have had
I would have
somebody. I would have been like,
Royce.
"Go find me the clip where I did the thing."
find
He's
the
saying
clip.
I didn't
And
do.
then after that, you
I
have
would
to
have
do
taken the
five
time
other
to
people
tell
that say
someone
that
to
doesn't
do it
count.
I'll
for
send you an interview that we had with Jason Kessler on the show after
Also,
Charlottesville.
why can't I just say right now I support the free speech rights of Andrew? Why is it email? You had to specific time or else
Because
it doesn't
He
right
was
now.
up back then.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter.
Now
so
nobody
now
cares.
it's trendy.
Now he's
No,
just the guy that
it's
lives
not,
with his
it's
parents.
not now that it's trendy. It's back then it was difficult to because people were
Now
getting
it's
popped.
not difficult.
No,
because
it's
you
not.
guys said
No, it's
so.
not. People were getting popped. It's really not as difficult now. You know that's true.
Tell me who it's difficult to defend. I'll defend them right now. Name a name. Tell me who it's difficult to defend.
You know, YouTube in 2016 wasn't. It was a lot.
do it?
Was a lot more.
Not gonna do it?
Was a
You're
lot
not
more
gonna just
band.
name
Was a
someone?
lot more. Was a lot more band happy than they are now.
Hey,
It was difficult. If you had them on,
I'm
were getting deleted.
a brave boy. Tell me who it's difficult to defend. I'll do it right now on your show since you said I'm too scared to do it on your stream.
It's not. Again, it's not the time or the place.
not the
They're
time
gone
or the
already.
place.
It's too
Oh my
late.
God.
They're gone. They're gone. They're already dead. You want to do CPR?
I love his disbelief here. And you want to do CPR on a dead corpse? Another fucking great Mersh analogy. But the audacity of these fucking liars, these pieces of shit.
Brave boy. Tell me who it's difficult to defend. I'll do it right now on your show since you said I'm too scared to do it on your stream.
It's not. Again, it's not the time or the place. They're gone already.
Oh
it's
my
too late.
God.
They're gone. They're gone. They're already
Time
dead.
or the
You
place.
want to do
I'll defend
CPR on a
anyone you
2-year-old
want.
corpse? Go ahead, but it's too late now.
Name someone it's not too late for. I'll do it.
Look at him.
Well, you're already on
Oh,
the Groiper thing.
I wanna-
guess, 'cause
I wanna
that's
see
a
Okay,
bit
so
hot.
name
That was a
someone.
perfect
Now.
example of
Name
just
someone it's not too late for. I'll do
self-satisfied
it.
look, looking right over at him.
Well,
And,
you're
like,
already on the
you can
Groiper
see his
thing, I guess. 'cause
smile.
That's a
Okay,
bit
so
hot
name
thing
someone.
right now.
ever so slightly. I see all these little nuances in these fucking dumb faggots' faces. It's just disgusting. I fucking hate these people. How do they have $2,700 in donations this month? I've had zero. Actually, Lance gave me $5. But these fucking.
Well,
hate
you're
these
already
people.
on the Groiper thing, I guess, because that's a
Okay,
big
so
hot
name
thing right
someone.
now.
Anyone. Take whoever you want.
This is a current issue. This is an established good one. That was, he nailed me. This is an established history of you. Now you want to
Why your
stand up for
standard
free
is
speech.
unbeatable.
Where were you standing up for free speech when they were playing fucking
Right
whack-a-mole?
now, and
When the
you won't
YouTube
let
mods
me
were
meet
playing
your standard.
whack-a-mole.
That's the point.
Mr. Still Monetized over here, he really battles it out for free speech.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, you guys don't make money off your
Yeah,
We're
but
not
we had to
monetized.
work around the system.
We're not monetized.
Yelling.
Right. You
More
get
yelling.
paid by your audience, just
Yes,
like I do.
you
No,
get paid
yeah,
by
we get-
YouTube, motherfucker.
You get paid by
You get
Patreon
paid
and
by
Jack
Google,
Cunty.
motherfucker.
You're really getting them here. Marsh. You get paid by Google, motherfucker. You get paid by Google, motherfucker. Good thing you said it twice. Really fucking. Wait, what's the fucking the the like Goodfellas character that says everything twice? That's fucking Mersh.
You get paid
yeah,
by
we get-
YouTube, motherfucker.
You get paid by
You get
Patreon
paid
and
by
Jack
Google,
Cunty.
motherfucker.
You get paid by
Milk
Patreon
Toast
and Jack
Matt
Cunty.
gets checks
Don't
from
be dumb.
Google.
This is
Milk
dumb.
Toast
It's very
Matt gets
insensitive.
checks from Susan Wojcicki.
I didn't even realize that he said that twice too. This is embarrassing. Like I don't know how they could ever watch this and the back of their head not burn and then want to fucking kill themselves. Like this would be so horrible to relive if I was making as big of an ass of myself as these dumb fat faggots are right now.
That's a very good point. If
You
you're
get checks from Jack Cunty.
That's a
Who
very
gives
good
shit?
point. Is
that's a
it?
very good point. If you
Checks from Google.
This is
Milk
dumb.
Toast
It's very
Matt gets
insensitive.
checks from Susan Wojcicki.
That's a very good point.
That's a very good point. Marsh yelling right now and repeating the shit that he's yelling like a nigger. That was a good point. really got to consider this dumb bugman yelling.
You get checks from Jack Cunty. Who gives a shit? Those aren't mutually exclusive. You can be pro free speech and do that. I'm not ripping you.
But
you're the one that brought up the Patreon. You
John
could principally be on
I'm
it,
saying I'm not holding you to that standard because it would be unreasonable.
But I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to ask a question without yelling.
I'm just going to ask a question.
I'm going to ask a question.
Mike, you never answered my question, by the way. But yes,
Adolf Hitler, Stalin. What do you want me to say?
Yes,
I don't know what he thought that was in response
does that
I have no fucking idea why Royce just blurted out Adolf Hitler and Stalin. I've listened to it a couple of times. No idea.
I'm saying I'm not.
He just he misinterpreted what Matt was saying because they're both low IQ. Oh Jesus Christ! Look at the look on his fucking face. This smug fucking faggot. I want to zoom in on this a bit. How can this is just disgusting. Or I don't know if I can, but please, well, fucking, oh God.
Not holding you to that standard because it would be unreasonable.
But I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question is what I'm doing.
I really think I win in here.
Without yelling, without I'm going to ask a question.
Mike, you never answered my question, by the way. But yes,
Adolf Hitler, Stalin. What do you want me to say?
Yes, I'll defend them both. Does that count?
Does
that count if I defend the speech and not the violence?
Underrated artist.
Yeah, they really were. He was
just shitty jokes.
Not Stalin.
Like they're not funny. That's their biggest crime.
Ask you a question.
Well, actually, no, their biggest crime is
I
being
want to
fucking
understand where you're
hypocrites
coming
and
from.
liars.
So principally, you're not on Patreon
for as much of a
because
comedy
of
show.
No, I left
funny.
because I had a conversation with Jacqueline Hart, who's one of the executive people there, after the Sargon banning, and I was not satisfied that that at the time it was different too. As I'm sure you guys understand,
bottle of water. I gotta go piss
assume
again.
you were on it at the time.
A
lot of people had basically all of their income on Patreon, and I was one of those people. And so it seemed really unwise to basically all of my income to a platform that is that shaky, and I've since decentralized.
So it wasn't because of platforming people, but
yeah, it was.
Okay, so it was. No, I'm asking because I don't know what conversation you had with this.
I mean, it's both, but yeah.
Okay.
So then, is White still here?
You got to remember too, Patreon's standard at the time against Sargon was more restrictive than YouTube. The stream that Sargon got banned for was still up on YouTube without punishment.
Someone donate. I'll
was
crush a
taking
can
an
for
insane
J.O.
stance at the time,
I'll do it anyway.
and expecting people to count their livelihoods on their
I would say this, but I counter that with this. The first year, let's say we were doing ROTC, we were doing this show. The first year we were 90 days. We were banned and had videos deleted for hate speech violations, but we were still on Patreon. So I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand because you want me to ask, I'll ask the question. If principally you're going to leave Patreon because of how rough they are, what YouTube does is way more you're finding out now with the Eric Ciamella thing, right? Is way more egregious.
Here's the thing. I think that reasonable people can take differing stances on this. In the same way that you've decided you want to maintain Patreon as a platform to support your show,
yes.
I think you can do that and still be free speech. The thing with YouTube for me is, listen, I've built my name on YouTube. I'm not leaving until they actually delete my shit. Until they actually press the button that says no more super chats for Matt. Until they actually press the button that says Matt's channel is gone now.
Okay.
That's my stance on YouTube. And then because Patreon's a different role, I have maybe a slightly different stance on Patreon. Is it perfectly consistent? Perhaps not, but neither is your guys' stance. And that's the point I'm making. And I think it'd be unreasonable for either one of us to rip the other on some kind of weird purity test because, as I've said, we're actually on the same team here.
All right. Well, here's what
I don't understand.
Here's what I hear you. I'm really I'm honestly, believe it or not, trying to tone it down just a little bit because I think the other thing we could all agree on is continually screaming at each other is not going to do anything either. Again, I'm trying. I really am trying. I know we all get heated and stuff. Look, I agree with you. I will be the first one to admit, yes, I have not seen every one of your episodes. Not that you've seen any of mine. I'm not expecting you to. No one's expecting to watch.
Yeah, I didn't say fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit.
I know
before having watched your videos either. So
that's absolutely fair. We haven't, but you defend my right to say it, right? So we all agree with that.
Of course, I wouldn't. Right. I'm not going to try to deplatform your channel. No,
we never accused you of deplatforming people. So we haven't. Look, I will agree with you on this. Obviously, everybody is not morally not perfect or morally consistent all the time, depending on who's looking at it. Can we agree with that?
Yeah, but that's why I don't understand why you're trying to hold me to some impossible standard. That's. Well, I think that's my position, not the one you guys articulated on Monday.
Right, and you know what? That's fair. You might have all these. You might have all this stuff. This wasn't. By the way, Matt, just so we're clear here, this wasn't going to be an ongoing thing. The taking down of Matt Christiansen. The video,
and I reacted.
No. I know you didn't
say that. I would think that I
had
that understanding.
I can't even tell what's being said. But People's Populist Prick, he says the anti-merge community has grown so much potential, or the anti-merge community has so much potential. It's going to grow so strong. I think so too. I think he's going to be a real significant lolcow, and I hope to be the Sean Ranklin of Mersh's life. Sean Ranklin. I don't know. Can't even think of another analogous person. I want to listen to.
Not the one you guys articulated on Monday.
Right, and you know what? That's fair. You might have all these. You might have all this stuff. This wasn't, by the way, Matt, just so we're clear here, this wasn't going to be an ongoing thing, the taking down of Matt Christiansen.
He never said it was.
And I reacted
no, I know you didn't say that.
I don't know why you would think that I'm
saying,
and don't even bring it up.
But this is my point, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? I never said you did. I'm making a point that has nothing to do with you for a second.
Well, I'm making a point that has nothing to do with you for a second. Okay, so you're just saying something completely irrelevant? And then when I respond to it thinking that you're talking to me because you might be making a point about me in this fucking argument that we're having, fuck him for thinking that this might be about him, right?
Well, I don't understand the point. Continue.
I'm clarifying our opinion. Maybe not just for you, for people listening, right? Maybe you completely understand it. There's people coming in now that have no fucking idea what's going on. So I understand. I don't think that you're actively out to like Antifa or trying to do anything like that or trying to hit people in the head with bike locks. I get that, man.
Okay.
I think
I love that. They're like, look, we're trying to give you an inch here. Like, I'm not saying you're out assaulting people. Like, yeah, you're not trying to murder people for you're not trying to you're not a murderer. Yeah, that much. Like, oh, thank you.
You're giving me some credit. I think really generous.
Well, look, you're welcome. And my point is what's the end game here? So what is it you're looking for at the end of this? I'm just trying to get, because you wanted to call in and we had you on.
At the end of specifically my interaction with you guys?
Yeah, this call. That's all. That's what I'm trying to get to.
To be honest, I think you guys are jokes and I'll probably not talk to you again. I think this was an exercise in futility. I think you haven't stood on any principles. I think you've been total hypocrites.
That's fair.
And listen, for people who enjoy your show, I'm glad.
Fair.
Enjoy all you want.
Just goes to show that anytime you say that's fair, you're being a disingenuous cunt. Like, why do you keep saying that's fair? Clearly you don't think it actually is. You're being sarcastic about this. They are such cunts, these two. And they banned me from their fucking Rust server.
Would effectively happen, but I wish you luck with your show, of course.
Teammates, look, man, I hear what you're saying, but let's be honest here. Our shows are vastly different shows, all right?
I think so. Why do you think we have so much shared audience?
Well, because but the same reason that people watch Tucker Carlson and fucking watch Cheers. They're two different shows, right? People can enjoy things that
like us for the same reasons. I think your audience would attest to that.
I think that I think there might be a lot of crossover. I will agree, but I think
even
that
when he's insulting us, it's boring.
Yeah, like, look, my opinion.
Well, maybe you guys should try boring, and your show would succeed.
There it is. Bring that Big Mac dick back out. There it is.
I'm just saying, it's funny how you get to knock me down,
baby.
But if I respond, then it's my fault.
This is like listening to.
Hey, maybe if YouTube didn't shadow ban us and kept us monetized like you, we'd be succeeding.
No,
too,
and it's never happened to me. I've never had any action taken against my channel.
See, there it is. He's saying the reason we're not successful is because YouTube's bringing us down. So YouTube's bringing all of you down. He gets the same shit you guys got. Sorry he doesn't get banned all the time because he can't help himself. Or I don't even know what they do. Like, he's just saying, sorry, I'm more successful than you.
I had a yellow money thing next to me.
You know the difference, like when a rich white guy is complaining about something.
And then another shitty analogy.
Personally, I won't be back here.
Oh God.
I won't
Yeah,
be.
that's what's
I
funny,
won't
is
be
you guys
patronizing
rip
this
me for being
establishment
calm,
ever again.
then you rip me for being impassioned. Like, which
I'll
is it?
go to the
What should I
Cracker
do?
Barrel
the same way
across
you
the
rip me for
town.
being slow, but also really good at compiling the information better than you to share to your own audience.
Here's what it
I'm
is.
slow and a grifter. I'm an idiot, but good at tricking people.
Here's-
I'm boring, but also I'm too passionate. You guys are, it's nonsensical.
I've never called you impassioned.
No, you can be impassioned and still be
The
boring.
whole point
you know
is you're saying that
Yeah.
I've been too
Bernie
loud,
Sanders.
yelling over people, too argumentative. You're trying to calm it down. I calm it down. This guy's so boring. Take your pick, man. That's the
Wow,
point. Is
I'm an asshole. I'm, like,
it's like you're
checking my
trolling. I
direct
can't win.
messages
Maybe
and
that's
stuff
your
right
bit.
now.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
not
want
even
your
fucking
show.
paying attention.
If it's a trolling bit, good for you, I guess. I hope the audience enjoys it.
Oh, they're enjoying it. Trust me, the one thing
I'm
that the
enjoying
audience,
it.
with whoever side they're on, they're absolutely
Well, I don't
enjoying
know
it.
if
There's no lie
enjoying
there.
it is
And
necessarily
right, we
the
might
right
be
word,
losers.
but
You might not like
I'm
us. You might have more
something it.
reviews. And I get it. Look, it's the same reason Crowder has a bunch of views. It's easy to sit there and do coffee talk shop with a chick.
See, he's like, oh yeah, you have 250,000 subscribers. Crowder is fucking 6 million because what you guys do is easy. I'd have it too if I was willing to sink to coffee talk shop, whatever that means.
It's like you're trolling. I can't win. Maybe that's your bit. I don't know. I don't watch your show. If it's a trolling bit,
Thomas,
good for
will
you,
you
I
be
guess.
calling
I
into
hope
kill
the audience
streams to
enjoys
confront
it.
Mersh?
Oh, they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Trust me, the one thing that the audience is with whoever side they're on, they're absolutely enjoying it. There's no lie there. And right, we might be losers. You might not like us. You might have more reviews. And I get it. Look, it's the same reason Crowder has a bunch of views. It's easy to sit there and do coffee talk shop with a chick.
Why don't you guys do it? Why don't you want to succeed? Why are you?
We
why
are
do you,
succeing,
Why do you
guys. All my
envy
bills are
and
paid.
hate
I'm
other
saving
people's
money.
Yeah, this is
success?
our
I
job.
understand that. Why?
This is our job.
My success.
But why do you
See,
hate
now that you're
success?
saying that they're
I don't hate
I don't
successful.
I do
hate
just
your
fine.
show. I wish you
do
guys
just fine.
the best with
I'm
it.
doing
I just
great.
don't
Sure,
want
it's
to.
not
I
the way
don't
would
want
run
to
it,
temper
but I'm
who
not
I
gonna sit here
am
and go, fuck them. I hope they get banned. They're
Because-
bad at their jobs.
We never said
Fucking
that.
whatever.
because I don't
You
want to
did say
temper
you
my
hope I get banned, by the
personality
way.
and my
Don't
beliefs
back
to
off
the
that.
point.
I did, or maybe I did.
Maybe I just don't want
Liquor
to.
bar
show.
Maybe
Okay.
I don't
So
want
he
to
hopes I
water
get
down and temper my personality to the point where I literally make no waves.
No waves again. Accusing him of tempering his personality again, calling him a phony, calling him a liar, saying that his show sucks. It's fucking
Anywhere.
ridiculous.
Maybe I just don't want to be an ineffectual guy who's bragging about his
you
sub
don't make
count,
waves
who
currently.
has a huge sub count, but nobody's ever talking about you. You know what I mean?
You
Like
guys are
you could have
talking about me. What the heck are you
100,000. We
talking
talk
about?
about
You
you for
asked
2
to be on
My
minutes,
material
and
was
you
worthwhile
asked
for
to
your
come on the show, so you're
You
here.
made that judgment.
You asked to come on our show, bud.
I have 250,000 subs, and not a single
many live
person is
streams
talking
right now,
about
I
any of my.
understand.
You guys. What are you talking about? You guys are talking
For
about
1 minute, we did this. It was like we did a
30
1 minute, and we had a whole debate, and then we moved on.
They're fucking liars. They're liars. We did it for 1 minute. Okay, well, it wasn't 1 minute. I don't know. It's like clown nose off, clown nose on. Are you being serious? Are you trying to make a point? Like, you say you talk about politics and culture war shit. Like, you're not constantly doing comedy. But no, it's a comedy show. When it's convenient for me, it's a comedy show. When I'm being pressed on the issue, it's not.
worthwhile
You asked
for
to
you.
come
don't
on the
make
show,
waves.
so you're
You
here.
made that judgment.
You asked to come on our show, bud.
I have 250,000 subs, and not a single person is talking about any of my
Except
content.
for you guys.
Again, why would you say no one is talking about him? You talked about him. It makes no sense. Every single point they try to make, Matt easily turns it around on them. It's ridiculous how often this keeps happening. And look at this faggot. Look at these faggots. They think they're winning. They think they're winning.
What are you talking about? You guys are talking
For
about
1 minute. We did this. It was like we did a
30
1 minute bit, and then
minutes.
we had a whole debate, and then we moved on. We talked about you and
30.
other
I
people
don't
in
have
your
that much.
sphere
Who's talking about
of
this guy
like
except for me?
radical centrists, and it became
Damn, it's crashing like crazy. Is it still crashing? Like I'm certain it's not a wonderful connection, but I don't know. Are we better now? I hope so. I mean, you won't be able to tell me it's not going to catch up for another. It's like, Jesus, I'm still wearing a hat on my phone. I took my hat off forever ago. Yeah, I think this is just like kind of fucking up. My internet can't handle it. I don't know. Let's keep playing, I guess.
Overall, overarching discussion about ineffectual milk toast, watered down. It's like, oh, you know, I could kind of see why it's this way, but also kind of see how they see it this way. And nothing ever gets done at the end of the conversation. We're having conversations. We're having conversations
totally
about the conversations.
It's better to not do any research and just talk shit and look like a jackass. I suppose that's the better way.
Yes, he's like, all right, fuck me. So it's better to just make baseless accusations about people. Like that's what I should be doing instead. That would make me not a faggot.
Any dealings
rock
with you
the
at
boat
all?
and be edgy and make waves in the pool. Good for you, man.
No, you're right. You know what? Being successful is a litmus test because Carrot Top makes $40 million a year, and he fucking sucks.
And I don't envy him.
Fucking,
I don't begrudge him. I'm not saying.
I was so shoehorned in. Okay, Carrot Top sucks. Like I hate to do the 2002 called, but Jesus Christ, it makes no
Fuck
sense.
that guy. It's so easy to do what he does. No, it's not. I can't do it. That's why I don't make his money.
No, trust me. No one thinks you're funny. That we agree with. We all agree with that. I think we all
strongly
agree.
disagree with that, but that's subjective. That's fine. I think your guys' show is not funny at all. I think the jokes were lame, but that's fine. It's not. It's not my determination.
Of course, you thought they were lame
because
we were making. Of course, they're lame because we were making fun of you. No one likes to be.
Seriously.
No one likes to be picked on.
Except for you guys.
It was so lame. You had to come running in here
to
to
defend
your honor.
Why do you have me here?
Why are you here? You asked to be here, motherfucker.
Why did I ask to be on?
I don't know. Because we don't matter and our show's not funny, but you were like, I've got to go defend myself against these.
I didn't even hear this. He's like, are you this dense? He honestly asked them. He's like, are you this dense? Am I being trolled right now?
For you. Why are you talking
defend
about
your
me?
honor.
Why do you have me here?
Why are you here? You asked to be here, motherfucker.
Why did I ask to be on?
I don't know. Because we don't matter and our show's not funny, but you were like, I've got to go defend myself against these two guys that don't matter.
Yeah, you said I was too afraid to talk to people like you, too afraid to defend the
No. This is improving the point that you're not
to do that on your show. And you say,
now after the fact.
This time,
like I said, you want to do CPR to a fucking corpse? Go ahead.
And I started yelling. That means I'm right.
Are there any other points you guys want to raise? I mean, this is an exercise in futility at this point.
He's above this. Wow. He's above this guest appearance he asked for.
He asked for beyond. He asked for beyond, and now he's winding down with pseudo-intellectual babble.
Are we done here, boys?
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Hey, Fraser Crane, why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef O'Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. Okay, we need to pay very close attention to Mersh's eye. I swear to God, I just saw it go like... Okay, hopefully this is...
Never coming back to this beef O'Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
He did. Oh my God, it did. Alright, I actually have to zoom in on this. Okay. I don't care if this makes it... If this fucks everything up. Oh shit. I'm not even doing it right. Alright, come on. This is so important. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shit. Fuck. Ass. Okay, pay attention. Pay attention to his eyes.
But I think those are the questions. I think I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Did you have any more questions you wanted to ask?
I do have a few.
Why don't you relax? But I think those. Why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef O'Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Right there. You can see it look to and then go back. It goes up and then it recenters. I'm gonna keep on replaying this until I see chat mention it.
Yeah, he asked for beyond. He asked for beyond, and now he's winding down with pseudo-intellectual babble.
Are we done here, boys?
Jesus Christ. Hey, Fraser Crane, why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef O'Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously. What is? But I think
never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again. Yeah, seriously. Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously. Why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef over Brady's again. Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
And then it recenters.
Why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
It recenters.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, see right there, his eyes look normal. Okay, I'll pause it. I'll pause it on a good spot.
Why don't you relax?
I'm willing to answer your questions, but I don't need to.
I'm never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, that's kind of good. Let's watch it reset now.
What is?
Okay.
Never coming back to this beef over Brady's again.
Yeah.
Is this a good one? Alright. I mean, he has amblyopia. I don't know what to say. Okay. Holy fuck. I think I'm having enough fun with the eye for now. I can't believe I keep picking up on new things when I watch this. Okay. I'm gonna try my best to reset this and to not fuck it up. But it kind of looks like I've already done it. Shit. Fuck. Oh yeah, transform, fit to screen. There we go. Alright, we're almost there. Oh, fuck me. Oh. It's so weird. I wish there was like, I want to add a sound effect of it making like a slimy noise as it resets. Like, okay, let's keep going.
Seriously. What is? But I think those are the questions. I think I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Did you have any more questions you wanted to ask?
I do have a few about your principles.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's say this. You accused me directly of gatekeeping. Now, first of all, I would like to understand on what basis I'm a gatekeeper. And then secondarily, I would like to know, you're saying that I can't satisfy you without checking boxes A, B, and C. How is that not gatekeeping?
Well, first of all, you don't have to satisfy me or him or anybody.
We never claimed.
I'm entitled to have an opinion about you. Secondly,
this is such a non-point.
As I said,
I'm
going
entitled
back.
to have
I watched a show back in 2017 and stuff like that. There's a little preferential stuff going on when it comes to like the Tim Pools and the Ford Fishers and then people in your little sphere, and they all just keep citing each other and referring back to each other.
I don't even know
it's just a big circle jerk. Yeah, you guys are.
He's saying, Merce is accusing him of being part of some circle jerk, some like legacy YouTube ruling class. And he's like, fuck you, I'm just some guy with a channel. I don't even know who the people you are listing are. Oh,
talk about God. Well, my show's bigger than yours, and it's like, yeah,
no, because you are ripping my show. I didn't come on here just to say my show's so cool. You said my show sucks.
I didn't say it sucked.
Yeah, you ripped the show.
I said it sucked.
Yeah.
I think we said it was
boring.
You
said it's boring.
It is boring.
What did you say? It's
yeah,
like
baseball's boring too, but it's an American institution. I don't want to see it get wiped from the planet.
Well, except for my show, which you do want banned. You said.
No, I don't.
Slide whistle.
You said you wanted it banned in your stream.
When did I ever say I want Matt Christiansen to get banned?
You said that on your stream. Go back on Monday. You said I banned all of the together or some such.
Yeah, of course. Dude, okay, come on, man.
Of course. He asked a great question. Matt consistently asks these great questions, absolutely pertinent, reasonable questions. You know, how is that not gatekeeping? How is this thing that you I have defined as gatekeeping that you have done for me? How is that not it? Just don't even answer. They just avoid every fucking question. It's infuriating. That's what's frustrating about it. I just wish I could leap into it, choke him, be like, answer the fucking question. Just answer it.
Knew exactly what we meant by
no,
that.
and I didn't say I hope you get banned. I said you're going to sit here and be middle of the road fucking fence riding
I'm
guy,
not middle of the road,
and
I'm
then you
principled.
will eventually
What am I
get
middle
banned,
on of
and
the
you
road
will
on?
be at the
You
gallows
can't
next
name
to
one
us.
issue that I'm middle of the road on. What's the issue?
Yes. They're again pleading to them. Name an issue then. Substantiate your claims. Quantify this. What am I middle of the road on? And they can't. They can't. They do end up coming with some Twitter clip where he just he says, reasonable minds can disagree on this. It's not like, and even if that was definitively middle of the road fence riding, whatever that is, even if that is what he was doing, it's something he said once 2 years ago that's supposed to define his entire character. It's not really a gotcha.
Well, when you were talking about the Charlottesville thing, and I think in 2017, you said something to the effect of when Trump was being criticized for picking both sides. I believe you said, actually, I have it here. Hold on, I think
that Trump's statement was totally fair. I actually defended the statement.
I'm not saying. Let me finish. I'm not saying you defend the statement. You said, well, I could see why both sides would be riled up about this. And I could hear, I have it here. Let's play it. I'll play it. How about
That doesn't mean I agree because I'm considering it.
No, you're asking the point of, but I'm not like a middle of the road fence rider. And he's saying, here's a quote of you being a middle of the road fence rider. Like that's
2 years. What's the quote?
What's the matter if it's 2 years?
Well,
2 months ago. I said the
Can I
same
have the
shit
quote,
2
or
years
are we
ago
just
that I
gonna
say
make
now.
it up?
Can I play?
I haven't heard the quote.
You posted it. I'll play it. How about I just play it from the beginning to end? Okay, it's 43-second video. I think you posted it on Twitter. I'll play
Epic
it.
gotcha.
Do I get to hear it?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do
right.
that. Give me a second.
And the correction, one of the fans corrected it, was when I was saying, I hope we literally all get banned from this platform, was the quote. And I said,
don't know
and then
why
he'll
you would
be
hope
on the
for that.
gallows right next to us.
I don't know why you would hope for my channel to be banned either.
Oh, God, you're taking it so personally. Silly.
You're taking it
Fighting
so
with a girlfriend.
Let me play the
It's
clip.
like with
Tell
a
me if you can hear it.
girlfriend.
Because first off, tell me if you can hear it.
That's why I'm frustrated
Can you hear
with
that?
this
Hold on. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm going to start it over. I'm going to play it.
Why I'm frustrated with this secondary controversy that has developed out of the tragedy in
Why don't
Charlottesville.
you guys slow this down?
I'm sorry. No, this is from your.
No,
here.
it's not.
I'll give you the link right now. This is from your Twitter.
Okay, keep going.
Here you go. I'll send it to you right now.
This was a funny moment.
This is from your. I'm pulling it off of your Twitter.
I want to pause right here. That moment was funny. I like how they played his own clip to him, and he was like, "Why don't you slow this down?" Like he listened to himself doing his dumbass YouTuber cadence, and he was like, "Why is this so weird? Like this had to be edited. This sounds retarded." It's like, no, Matt, that's just how you sound when you're doing your YouTuber voice. We'll go back to it.
So I'll play it again.
And that's why I'm frustrated with this secondary controversy that has developed out of the tragedy in Charlottesville. This controversy of whether the president sufficiently condemned white supremacist groups specifically or not. Is it sufficient to condemn political violence generally? Or
Also, this is the look on Mercer's face when he's reading chat. And he's like typing. It's like, I'm really getting them.
Or should we expect the condemnation of the particular perpetrator? I think reasonable minds can take both sides of this question, and I don't have a major problem with either side. So if I say that people can have disagreement on something, that means that I haven't taken a stance?
It's basically, it's a very non-committal stance.
Okay, so
I think everybody has a point.
You found a 40-second clip of me saying, hey, I understand reasonable minds disagree, and then you cut out, 10 minutes of me explaining my perspective?
It's from your Twitter. I'm playing something.
You highlighted this.
You
wanted the world to see
A
it.
tweet from when? 2017? I
Yelling
did
over
this on
each
Twitter
other.
recently.
No, but what does it matter when?
It was
We're just
eons
pointing it
ago.
out.
I was a
Why don't you-
different
why don't you
man
play the
2
whole
years
video?
ago.
That's the point. Like, why would you play this one particular clip of me
Because
saying,
that's
yeah, I think reasonable people can
what-
disagree? Do you not believe reasonable people can disagree on a whole host of issues?
No, I
Yeah,
don't have my
of
phone.
course people can disagree.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
you-
not you.
but
That's not you defending freedom of
radical-centrist,
speech.
you
But you're not.
fence-riding
Where's
piece of
where's
shit.
the
I
flaming
can't
sword
believe you
carrying
say
it into
something.
battle for free speech? I think everybody has a valid point. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Oh, it was slower? Oh. I didn't think the clip was actually slowed down. They're pieces of shit then if they actually slowed that clip down then. and then fucking lied to him about it.
Thanks for that fucking
As
amazing
though that
input.
represents the totality of my channel, because I once said people can disagree about an issue. Are you serious?
No, you asked us to bring up a point when you were being middle of the road, and we just did. That's what happened.
Because I once said
That's what
reasonable
happened.
minds can disagree. Now I'm talking about an issue. Like, give me an issue, like a political issue that I
There goes that goalpost.
decided.
There it goes. The goalpost is moving a little further away.
This is where, like, if I were Matt, like, I've never earnestly said this in my life, but I would be like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, just I'm being the one who's continuing moving the goalposts. Oh, there goes those goalposts again. This is what you have been doing the entire time. He's not moving goalposts, you dumb fuck. Like, and I liked Royce. I don't like any of them now. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
Well, that's what middle of the road means. It means that I don't take stances on particular issues. What's the issue that I'm not taking a stance
Well,
on?
both sides are kind of right, and both sides, you know.
Just
what,
answer
though?
the question.
On what?
Is
Is
your
there an
video,
issue?
Matt?
Feelings are valid, man.
I don't
It's
have
your
the
video,
video in
man.
front of me. I don't remember the specific context.
it's
Can
40
you give me an issue and I'll tell you my stance on it?
The video
Instead of just giving me labels.
The video.
Mersh constantly looked to Daddy Royce for approval. I know, I fucking hate that. They both do it, so they're constantly like, ha ha ha, we forgetting him, right? Like, hey, you laugh at this thing I'm saying. And often, Royce just sits there stone-faced. He's not really laughing uproariously at Mersh's analogies like he laughs at his own analogies.
Videos from the tweet that says, to the media demanding Trump condemn, I say welcome, but you're late, new video, and then you posted this clip, the one that I just played. That's
what does it matter what I want you to do?
Why do you want to win?
Because you're arguing that I need to do things differently.
Why do you want to win?
My issue from the beginning is the fact that you're a free speech guy until it is uncomfortable.
Give me someone uncomfortable to defend right now.
Right now, I don't want to pull one out of my ass. You've had 2 years to bring one of these people on.
I do
any
it every
of them.
goddamn week, man. I don't know what to tell you. Click on any video on my channel. You're gonna hear a free speech topic. We're gonna talk about the person who was banned that week. We do it every week. And you can't give me any person who's unfashionable to defend. Who would you defend right now that's unfashionable? Who's the last person you defended that was unfashionable? How about that? What's the last person on your show?
Owen Benjamin.
Probably Owen Benjamin.
Defended him. We posted Benjamin again.
Owen Benjamin. Who else? Well, he copyrighted.
He says Owen Benjamin, who else? He couldn't help but say Owen Benjamin again.
Struck my channel, and I still defended
It's a
it.
tick.
Well, that sucks. I wouldn't
There have
support
been
that
other
if you did that.
Brendan Daly, who's an
by the way,
utter
do I get credit for
retard.
that or
Oh,
no?
Porzon has a good comment. He says, this entire debate is nothing but projection, passive aggression, arbitrary dismissal of good points, ad hominems piling on and screaming over Matt, and they still say they didn't lose. Amazing. Not only did they say they didn't lose, they said it was a spirited exchange of ideas, and they both had fun. Is that what this is? Are you exchanging ideas right now when you never ask the guy what the fuck he thinks and just tell him what he thinks? It's ridiculous.
Because that's unfashionable, and I just defended him. And I hosted him on my show. Do I finally get credit?
Well, you host. When was the last time he was on your show? Was he ranting about the moon and Jews and fucking eating Adderalls and
We
punching
had
his
him on
dog? Because it's been
it was spring 2018.
Well,
I
we
think.
defended a much different version of Owen Benjamin
I'll
than you
defend
had
him right
to.
now.
Okay?
I'll defend every conspiracy theory he's ever said.
Owen Benjamin
somebody
alone
here
was good enough.
is street. This is actually
Has to be reason
we're
Owen
talking
Benjamin.
about. Somebody here
More
sent to
goalposts.
Streamlabs that says, "This is DSA Kevin Flanagan." I mean, maybe you know who it is. Wait. Well, let me just. I'm just want to read what he said. Wait a second, Matt. Matt has repeatedly refused to read my super chat just because I'm with the DSA. I guess the Democratic Socialists of America.
No, you read his chats all the time. The ongoing gag on our show is he tries to make the spiciest chats possible that are like gas the Jews, that kind of stuff. Listen, I've never banned him. The reality is that I can't put my own livelihood at stake.
You heard it here first, folks. Matt gassed the Jews Christiansen. Let's hear that again. That was a direct quote from Matt. He said gas the Jews.
The ongoing gag on our show is he tries to make the spiciest chats possible that are like gas the Jews, that kind of stuff. To make the spiciest, that kind of stuff. to make the spiciest chats possible that are like gas the Jews, to make the spiciest chats possible that are like gas the Jews and that kind of stuff.
I agree.
Listen, I've never banned him. The reality is that I can't put my own livelihood at stake to read every single. And Kevin Flanagan's a friend of mine, and he joins my hangouts. We speak on the internet. His whole bit is that he's trying to go as far as he can with speech, and I've never punished him for it. At the same time, can I put everything I have at risk to read like a quasi incitement to violence? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I have to have some standard.
That probably explains the second one. Wait a second, Matt. This is from the same guy. Wait a second, Matt. Aren't these the two guys you said should be censored for their pedophobia?
Okay,
all right. No, I mean
exactly. He's doing a bit.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure you didn't say that. I'm just giving you a point on that one. Okay, I see what you're saying with him.
But to the point we're talking about.
Yeah.
If I didn't defend free speech, would I allow this guy to have a voice on my show? Why wouldn't I have banned him a million years ago?
All right, fine. How about this? Will you have Nick Fuentes on your show?
Yeah, people have asked all the time. I don't think it's out.
There we go. It said I had no internet a moment ago. I'm gonna let everything reset. Maybe everyone will be back. Everyone immediately left. Bunch of F's in chat. Turn off Rust. I turned Rust off like 2 days ago. Unbleached modem works fine. He's making a moron out of you. Way to go, Thomas. Your internet let us down. I know. This is why I don't do this that often, because I don't have the internet for it. Like, I'm sorry. Fuck. I agree. Like, fuck. Should I just end it? I don't want to miss like the way he's like. Fucking believe this guy. I just said, hey, invite this guy on your show because I said so, and he won't even do it. Mr. Free Speech. Shh, Thomas, continue. Okay.
For quite some time now, and he's personally ripped our show, I believe. He said some mean things about my co-host. That's fine. I don't care.
I didn't know that. But he said shit about us.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've coming on here to confront us. So I mean, you have thick skin. But would you invite him on your show?
Would I speak
Will you invite
with
him on your show right now?
I'm not doing it right now. I haven't even spoken with my co-host, so I can't do it on the spot.
Free speech.
I'll put it this way. I'll say it this way. If he wants to talk,
it's getting a little hot, isn't it? Get a little spicy, huh?
Really?
If he wants to be on our show, it's possible. I can't make guarantees because it doesn't always pan out. But what I can say to you is, I'm not going to sit here and moralize about how his opinions are banned from this or that. I don't do that. I never do that.
I will say this without talking to my co-host. I will have Nick Fuentes on and talk to him.
Have him on
right now.
Oh, thank God.
Well, why don't?
Hey, I'll say it right now without talking to my co-host, who is literally sitting right next to me, and also is telling you to invite this person. I'll do it right now. Look at you, you unprincipled fuck. I wanna watch this again. I need to see this.
Will you invite him on your show right now?
Smug look.
I'm not doing it right now. I haven't even spoken with my co-host, so I can't do it on the spot.
Free speech.
I'll put it this way. I'll say it this way. If he wants to talk,
it's getting a little hot, isn't it? Get a little spicy, huh?
If he wants to be on our show, it's possible. I can't make guarantees because it doesn't always pan out. But what I can say to you is, I'm not going to sit here and moralize about how his opinions are banned from this or that. I don't do that. I never do that.
I will say this without talking to my co-host. I will have Nick Fuentes on and talk to him.
Have him on
right now. I mean,
well, why don't you?
He wouldn't go on
because he hates us like he hates you.
This is what you people do. No, he doesn't hate Matt like he hates you guys. He probably hates you guys because you talk unsubstantiated shit about him. I'm sure that's what you do with everyone, apparently. So there's a reason that these people hate you, and they won't go on your show, and you don't have a big show. Oh, Jesus.
So it sounds like you guys.
Well, we'd have him on in a heartbeat.
An unfashionably unpopular.
But he has an open right now. Unlike you, Nick Fuentes, you have an open invite to come on this program.
We don't need to talk to anybody else.
See that?
He could be on.
Done. That was easy.
Right now. He could be on right now. No matter how he talks about, no matter if he talks about Israel the whole time.
Fine. Okay.
He can be on.
Here, how about this? He has an open invitation to my show. Have I satisfied your standard?
But why did you say possibly before?
Oh, There go the goalposts again.
He hasn't, because I don't like to operate the way that you guys do. I like to actually consult with my co-host and figure out a plan before I reveal information publicly, because things often fall through. But if I have to do this,
say it 3
you
times.
guys will finally say, okay, this guy's pro free speech. Okay, he has an open invitation to my platform. Have I checked the box now?
I'll tell you something right now. I'll say this right now. I'll answer your question. When you have Nick Fuentes on, I will on this show say you have checked my boxes and you have 100% open.
Well, wait, you
speech.
haven't even had him on your own show. So how is that a fair with him? Because this is how we operate. I'm sure you guys are aware. We try to get guests all the time and things fall through. People say they're going to show up. They don't. I don't like to put information out there. One, because I don't want people to get unfair treatment in terms of people to go on the show or not show. But the other reality is I don't want our audience to expect something when it hasn't been set up yet. And until I actually have that person on my in my Skype and it's actually recorded, I don't like to put that information out there, because then you're just misleading people. So this isn't a speech issue. It's just how I choose to run my show and interact with my audience.
Well, I mean, I think at this, and honestly, we're coming up. We have to end here in like 2 minutes. So obviously, we're not go. I don't think we're getting anywhere from
but
here.
I want to give Matt the last word. It's only fair.
Obviously.
Well, I would just say that it's a shame that you guys greeted me with judgment as opposed to a fair shake. You could have asked me all of these questions. I'm not mad at you for having criticisms with my style or how I choose to present information. And I appreciate you giving me the last word. So I will say credit where due there. And I'll also say, because I want to give appropriate credit, most people don't do what you guys did, which is actually be willing to engage. So while I do think I was treated...
Credit to you, most people wouldn't embarrass themselves like this. Most people would have prepared to argue with the guy that they just made baseless accusations about. Most people would not have gone about it this way.
Horribly unfairly. You did more than the average person does. I'll credit you there. I wish that we could see eye to eye on what I believe are our common principles. I don't think that's going to happen because you guys have some weird animosity towards me. That's fine. I wish you all the best with your show.
What does he mean, weird animosity?
Do whatever you want, of course, but I think it's a shame to be making enemies out of people who stand with you on core issues. So it's a bummer.
I mean,
it's regrettable. I think.
And look, I will say, I wouldn't consider you an enemy. Like that's
you're not my friend.
Okay, but there's a middle. I understand. There's a middle between a fucking enemy and a friend, man. Let's be realistic.
I'm not going to work with you. Let's put it. I mean, we're not.
No, I don't want to work with you.
All right,
just trust me. I don't want to be bored to death. Jesus Christ, we got it.
Stay awake at meetings.
All right.
We're good.
We need to
We're
go.
roll out.
By the way, Matt. Obviously,
what happened?
Like every guest. MattChristiansen.com. Not that he's made it very...
Again, what happened to the last word? You shit on him. That's what you did. So much for giving them the last word.
Right, MattChristianmedia.com. Somebody else took the other one.
And then they get the URL wrong in the plug, and they fucking how dare you for correcting them too. Like, these people are just unfathomable cunts. And we're not even done. Bonus, I want to play the bit that they put in their breaks. Has anyone ever seen this shit? The shit that they go to break with? I need to pull this up. I need to pull this up.
Yeah, people.
Let's listen to their shitty production bits that sound like fucking Bobo doing the RoboCop parody on Opie and Anthony. Like, these things are fucking awful.
From an old deep state pedophile.
Here we go.
We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Revenge of the Sis.
The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs
good
to
acting,
Los
Royce.
Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Royce's acting is the
Do you
greatest.
trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
Remember, this is a comedy show.
What's the
Everyone. This is a comedy show. These are the jokes, people. These are the jokes, people.
A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense.
This is legit Crowder here. Dude, Crowder wishes he was. At least Crowder's shit is like well produced.
Following me.
Who's following you?
The brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersh are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando.
Money?
Watch this.
Let's listen to that take again.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger.
Dude,
the case
she can
becomes
hear
more
you.
complex, and more older model cars get wrecked, and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
I forgot they actually do like other things.
Snowflake friend doesn't.
Oh yeah, this guns for tards thing. I swear to God, they stole this from Opie and Anthony. Isn't there like there's some sort of bit from Opie and Anthony that's exactly, or not exactly like this, but it's incredibly similar. I swear to God, they ripped this idea. I think this is. I think we're done here. I don't know if we got to any resolution, but that's. I think I'll call into Unbleached, whatever. I want to take a piss. My internet doesn't really fucking work. None of this is working anyway. So I appreciate that you would pick me over what's his face over on, but we're actually all gonna go to Unbleached then, because I'll call in, or I'm gonna go piss, get something to eat, and then I'll call in. But thank you everybody for showing up for this one.